I'm on my way to my Father, but I will return.
Now, generally, as stated in a previous message, the chief priest refers to the religious leaders of this world. So it is to be expected that prominent imams of Islam, preachers of Christianity, and even rabbis of Judaism will be called out by the synagogue of Satan to condemn the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. They said, therefore, among themselves, let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled, which saith, they parted my raiment among them, and for my vesture they did cast lots. These things, therefore, the soldiers did. Now, the use of soldiers here does not merely refer to military soldiers, but to those who work on behalf of the satanic leaders of this world. As stated in the previous message, Jesus' garment or raiment generally represents the lost foundation of Islam, in particular the registered members. The synagogue of Satan's plan is to divide the nation of Islam into parts by attacking it at its foundation. Let's continue. Now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother, and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Cleophas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciple standing by whom he loved, he saith unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Then saith he to the disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour that disciple took her unto his own home. After this, Jesus, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, saith, I thirst. So this emphatically shows that according to Jesus, joining his mother with the beloved disciple was his last task before going to the Father. In fact, Jesus doesn't request this of them. He demands this of them, hence the exclamation points. Now, biblical scholars struggle over the meaning of this, and most preachers don't even touch it. Let's consider what it states about this particular scene, again, going to this scholarly work, The Death of the Messiah. For the mother stands with the other women, indeed first among them, who are clearly attached to Jesus even to his death. And she is about to be put in close relationship to the ideal disciple. Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar, and put it upon hyssop, and put it to his mouth. When Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost. What is vinegar? Why is there a bucket or vessel of vinegar next to the cross? That would seem kind of strange. Why is Jesus given vinegar? Well, vinegar is a bitter or sour liquid which consists of acetic acid and is produced by fermentation. Fermentation is a process where a biological agent, such as Now, there's a broad assumption among preachers and biblical scholars that the phrase gave up the ghost refers to Jesus' dying. We've already shown where crucifixion does not mean death. Certainly giving up the ghost needs to be understood as well. Well, the Bible has narratives where the phrase give up the ghost is combined with the phrase and died. For example, in the book of Genesis, it states, Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years. In verse 17 of the same chapter, it states, "And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he gave up the ghost and died." Why the phrase "and died"? This shows that it is possible to give up the ghost and not die, because "and died" is not used when it comes to Jesus.